Terrell Senior Night. Please join us in celebrating the Terrell High School senior cheerleaders, football players, tigerettes, color guard, band, drumline, and athletic games. To start this evening, our senior cheerleaders. Our first senior cheerleader is J.C. Merritt, captain. J.C. is the daughter of Jeff and Charlotte House. She has been cheering for 10 years and is also the THS Leos Club and FFA president. J.C. has been accepted to Texas Tech University and will be studying animal nutrition. Riley Riggin. Riley is the daughter of Larry and Renee Riggin. She's been cheering for 6 years and is also a senior drum major and student council president. Riley has been accepted to the University of Hawaii and will be studying marine biology. Courtney Patterson. Courtney is the daughter of Casey Patterson and Camille Ward. She has been cheering for 8 years and is also in theater and THS Leos Club. Courtney plans to attend TVCC Athens to study psychology. Ayana Brown. Ayana Brown is escorted tonight by her grandmother Sherilyn Hedgeman and her brothers Lamarty Brown, Christian Hedgeman, youngest brother Jose Brown, and in heavenly spirit her younger brother Jariel Brown. She has been cheering for 6 years and is also involved in the Leos Club and varsity powerlifting for 3 years. Ayana plans to attend SAGA, TSU, or UAPB, majoring in pre-med to become a pediatric surgeon. Kenyatta Marshall. Kenyatta is the daughter of Teresa Flores and Mario Sanchez. She has been cheering for 1 year and is also involved with softball and Leos Club. Kenyatta plans to attend TVCC to get her basics in the ball. And now for your Tiger football seniors. First up is Terrell Baker. Terrell is accompanied by Tabitha Eller, grandmother Laverne Baker, and other grandmother Becky Jenkins. After high school, he plans to attend college at an HBCU, and his fondest memories that are the Friday pep rallies. Zamondra Camden, accompanied by father Roger Camden, mother Magdalene, stepmother Russia Hendrick. Plans after high school, plays sports in college, and do business and law degrees. Fondest memories at Terrell High School, finding friends that turn into family. Jarius Scruggs. Jarius is accompanied by his mother, Calandria Nickerson, and father, Orthanel Scruggs. Plans after high school are to attend college for kinesiology or be a cowboy. Fondest memories at Terrell High School, playing with his brothers. Ashton Williams. Ashton is accompanied by his mother, John Howard, father, Barry Shaw, and friend, Genario Jackson. After high school, he plans to stay in Texas to go to college and study music. Fondest memories at THS, being cool with everyone because of my excellent grades and behavior. Jacob Baker. Jacob is accompanied by his mother, Danielle Ware, grandmother, Donna Patton, and grandfather, Johnny Patton. After high school, he plans to attend online college and open his own real estate company. His fondest memory at THS, moving to Terrell his sophomore year. Philip Nickerson Jr., accompanied by his mother, Angelina Nickerson, and father, Philip Nickerson Sr. Plans after high school are to attend college and major in psychology or get into real estate. Fondest memories of THS, playing football with the people I grew up with. Martinez. Mason is accompanied by his mother, Terry Martinez, his sister, Kayla Martinez, and his uncle, Big Juicy Tim. After high school, he plans to serve in the Marine Corps and become a firefighter to honor his father, who is watching from above. His father's memories of CHS, making memories with my parents when we became family. Robert Justice. Robert is accompanied by his mother, Janicia Patterson, father, Robert Justice Sr., and his friend, Owen Hobbs. After high school, he plans to earn a degree in criminal law at TCU. His father's memories at CHS.
Welcome, Tiger fans. We're here at the Leon Vineyard Field at Memorial Stadium, and it's a great night for football. We had the coaches show this morning, but we're going to play that for y'all at halftime once again. It is senior night here. The seniors for all the activities are being called out at this point in time. They started with mostly the football players because they need to go back in the locker room and get set up back there, but there is a long line of seniors to go. There's a lot of those kiddos in activities being called out tonight. And joining, as always, is Ray Dunlap.
Well, Chuck, you know, last week was disappointing, and so the Tigers are looking for redemption tonight here against the Melissa Cardinals. The bad thing about tonight is that the only team to beat Argyle, the team that won 56-14 last week, are the same Melissa Cardinals. And we had a chamber event today, and I wasn't able to make the coaches show. And you visited with Coach Sedbury, and what were his thoughts on the game last week and thoughts on tonight?
Well, Argyle last week was as advertised. There were the defending state champion, their state-ranked Argyle Eagles that we traveled to last week. We talked about a great event center over there because they do a fabulous job. Their field is the same size field, but the stadium is much smaller over there. But they come to take care of business. Coach and I talked about it briefly about the Melissa game earlier that they had, and that woke a sleeping giant in the Argyle Eagles.
Yeah, you know, when we were there at the stadium at the end of the game, they announced that I believe that was the 48th straight home victory. So, you know, you play half of your games at home, half on the road. Now so playoff games are typically at a neutral site. So if you look at 48 consecutive games, they play 5 games a year at home. They have not lost at home in almost 10 years.
Yeah, it goes back a long ways. They defend their home turf very well, but that's just what they do. Coach said they are as advertised. And the thing about it is we talked briefly, you'll hear it at halftime, about, you know, with me, it's the front people. Everything begins and ends with the offensive line, and their offensive line just did their jobs to a T. And then, you know, they were up, so they were going to play their seconds, mostly in the second half, and that's what they did. And, you know, our kids never quit last week, but it's like they take their ones out and insert their twos. They don't miss much of a step.
No, not much of a step at all. Now, last year, and I do not remember the final score, but last year we played Melissa very well in their home stadium up there. We were in the game until midway through the fourth quarter before they really iced it away. We were very competitive, and our team is far better this year than it was last year. And, I mean, this year, really, the Argyle game and the I'm having a brain cramp here. The Paris game, yeah. The
Kaufman before that.
Well, Kaufman, we came down to the last play of the game, but
correct.
Of our 4 losses, we've only been out of 2 of those games. And 2 of those games, we've been in it right till the end of the game. So, much improved team, and hopefully that Coach Sedbury can motivate them and show them that they're not that far behind Melissa.
Well, and that's the thing about it. You know, he talked about after the game, I posed the question to him about doing the psychology on Monday. He goes, well, really, we started on Saturday, And we went kind of back and forth on that because being a former coach a long time ago, and I'm at no point of being an expert about this, but I know coaches work Friday night after the game. They get up, they work Saturday morning. The kids come in Saturday. They go treatment, they stretch, they look at film, and they do some brief things with them before they turn them loose for the day, and then all day Sunday so they can go rest. The coaches' work actually starts, the majority of the coaches' work for planning for the next week, actually, it starts Friday night, but the majority of it starts Saturday afternoon after the kids leave. And that's what I was talking with Coach about. I'm getting the mentality up for another big game. We've talked about it many times that we have a murderer's row with a lot of state-ranked teams that we play. And our kids don't quit. They got they said, they get their dollars down. They did that last week, but you know what? They came back after halftime and did a good job. And that's what I was talking with Coach about. Starting Monday morning, how do you get them back up for another big game?
And of course, one of the things, the worst thing that came out of last week is that on the opening kickoff, after making a tremendous tackle, our starting quarterback for all year, Lyndon Henderson, separated his left shoulder. I mean, when he came off the field, you and I looked at each other and said, that's it. I mean, it was hanging down. So,
well, and Coach gave an answer for that this morning about why he was in there. Lyndon's one of those kids that is a very good tackler. So he's putting his best 11 on the field for that kickoff return. I mean, that kickoff coverage, and it just happened to be at the wrong time. And unfortunately, he's out for the rest of the season with that shoulder injury.
Yeah, and he made a great tackle. And let me ask you, when you were coaching, did somebody have to drive the film to a processing place after the game on Friday night, or had y'all made it into digital?
We were not that far. Ray, you make me laugh. No, we weren't that far back. We exchanged tapes, though, when I was middle school coach. I was one of the drivers that night to go meet people and drop film off. Now, it's not a big deal because most teams are on Huddle these days, which is an electronic sharing format, and it's much easier. The coaches don't have to do as much traveling, and they get more time to prepare, which is a good thing. So you're making fun of me. That's okay.
No, I wasn't. No, that was actually a legitimate question, not one to get you tickled. I'll come up with that later in the game. But no, of course, I played back, in Methuselah's time, and the coaches would have to. Somebody was elected to drive the film, I think, to Shreveport. So from Marshall to Shreveport was about 40 miles, and then. A lot of times they'd wait around to have it developed so they could go over it the next day, and coaches always had to go on the road to scout. There was always a scout team.
Oh, believe me, I remember that, being a player sitting in there, and you had that 8mm film. Coach had that one button that backed it up, and pushed it to back it up, and release it to let it go, and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Of course, we're all sitting there going, please break, please break, please break. So you didn't have to sit there any longer.
Yeah, I mean, that you probably remember as a kid watching the Tom Landry show, and Landry on his show would do that very thing. He'd forward click, backward click. Well, we're going to take our first break. There's about 15 minutes to kick off, so you can get you a new sandwich made at home and get ready to settle in and listen to the game. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK 1570 AM, 102.5 FM.
After high school, he plans on studying to be an architect. Next is Brady Parker. He is the father Andrew Parker, his mother Lorena Parker, and his brother Andrew. After high school, he plans to be an anesthesiologist after attending TCU. Next is John Ory. He is accompanied tonight by his father, DJ, and his mother, college and study public policy and music. Next is Evelyn.
Welcome back to pregame here at Memorial Stadium, where we're still, like I said, we have a long line of seniors, which is good. It's a good problem to have. It means more kiddos are involved in the football and the cheerleaders and the Tigerettes and the band and all those activities that we're doing. You know,
the
Ray,
good thing about that is that there were far fewer football players than anybody else, so we've got a big future in front of us.
Well, let's go over a few things that are happening tonight across the district. You know, mathematically, we'll let those people do those math jobs of who can be in and who can be out, but we'll just update you here on what's happening around the area. Last night, as we said last week.
Okay, if you said last night, it means Ranchview.
No.
It wasn't?
No, it wasn't Ranchview. It was Paris Wiley East went out to Paris to play them. Of course, last week we said that Paris, they're locked in whatever they have after last week's game because they had a non-district opponent, and that's what it is right now. Or last night, they played the Wiley East Raiders, and Paris Wildcats put it on the Raiders 35-14 last night. The other games that we have in our district tonight, there's 3 other games there. Of course, you know, we're here with the number 4 ranked Melissa Cardinals. Argyle, who we played last week, is traveling to Kaufman, so we've got a lot of big games.
That ought to be a good game.
We got a lot of big games in Kaufman County right now. And then Anna travels out to Standard Stadium to play the Ranchview Wolves. So Anna will be our opponent next week.
Hopefully they'll be complacent.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. So, you know, that whole thing about the standings within the district is interesting. You know, with the amount of losses we have, we're just trying to make anything positive at this point in time. And
you know, we're not mathematically eliminated.
Not yet, based on what happens tonight and next week.
And so, but I could go buy a lottery ticket, but I don't know that I'm going to win the lottery. and that's not knocking our Tigers, because I'm telling you, even in their losses this year, we have seen some really good football play. We have seen great resiliency, and you and I are co-presidents of the Marvin Sudbury Fan Club. I mean, I think that he has done an incredible job with this year, and just watching him gel his program over 3 years. So there is a lot of good in front of the Terrell Tigers.
Absolutely. Now, one thing that Coach and I talked about a little bit this morning was that what we can expect from Melissa. And his words were, we're getting more of the same. They run the same type of offense that Argyle did. They run the same type of defense that Argyle did. They do things very similarly offensive scheme-wise. They do things very similarly defensive scheme-wise. Similarly, the thing that we'll get maybe a little more of tonight is maybe more throwing the ball instead of running the ball, because, you know, Argyle had great success last week on getting the edge and making sure that everything was sealed off, and they had a lot of runs last week.
You know, it's interesting that how many running teams that we have. Argyle's really the only heavy passing team that we've seen from the district. In fact, most of them run mirror offenses of ours and are predominantly running teams. And you and I both believe that with the student enrollment, the way it's increased the last 2 years, that we're going back to 5A, and that we go into the bottom part of the 5A, the B group or 5A-2. So
yeah,
hopefully we will get into a district that's got teams that that are more pass oriented, and their defenses are used to defending against the pass instead of the run.
Well, and that's you talk about the numbers, and it's always a toss-up what the UIL will do. We have enough numbers. If the numbers stay static right now, to move back up into 5A ball. Now it remains to be seen whether we'll be a small school no matter what, but it'll be interesting to see where in that small school division we will land, because for the last several times at UIL, we've either been one of the biggest 4As in the state or one of the smallest 5As in the state. And that's when you're talking about fielding, and we're just talking about football here, when you're talking about fielding a football team, and you have, which our numbers are up, 35, 37 kids on the roster. That's great, but we're running up against some of those 4A teams that we're playing now. They had 50 and 60. Like last week, they doubled us up because they had 70 on the roster. Well, I rounded it up one.
Well, I told you when they came out on the field, Melissa, and they're in white pants and white jersey tonight, it looked like a college team. I mean, they took up almost half the field.
Well, and they lined up for, just to give everybody a visual of that, they lined up end zone line to end zone line, and they went all the way across the field. That's 60 yards.
Yes.
So
it is
a lot of kids over there.
I look out on the field, and I don't know why this dawned on me, but 4 years from now, you're going to have to carry the pregame show for yourself, because I'm going to be out on the field.
You will have one of those seniors.
I will have one, and possibly two, depending on what she does. So it will be a fun time.
Correct. Well, let's go ahead and take our second break of this pregame. We'll come back and talk a little bit more before we get to the final break of the of the pregame. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football, KPYK, 1570 AM, 102.5 M, and FM, and Studio 101.
School song for Melissa High School, followed by the school song of Terrell High School. Tiger bands, please stand as your Terrell Tiger Band plays our school song.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where the Terrell Tiger Band is playing the school song as we speak. Everybody's standing and has their number ones up in the air. We used to joke about what are they pointing at, but that's just stupid people asking stupid questions.
Well, here they're always pointing at the cemetery. I guess that's where they're wanting to put the opponent.
I guess so. I guess that's what the deal is. Oh, excuse me. Let's give a shout out to, I just heard the commercial for 1836 Farms. You gave me a heads up, and I did not get to make it out of the office today to go partaking this, but 1836 Farms, which I'm a big fan of, by the way.
Oh, good.
Their regular 2% milk and their chocolate milk is great, and I can't wait to try your little gift to me a little while ago. They've started making eggnog.
Yes, and let me tell you what, it is good, and the only place it's available in Terrell right now is Whisk Away Bakery, Tuesday through Saturday. So get 1836 Farms milk. They gave to the community today they had people in and out, and I don't know how many cases of milk that they gave away. And so I was able to snag a couple of bottles for Danielle Jasmine because she loves the coffee milk under the scoreboard. I want to give another shout out. We don't say enough good things about him, and that's J.S. Helwig and Son. And
We try to.
they today the chamber they had bought a cookout for hamburgers and hot dogs, and the great Jim Cooper and Matt Lucas and I teamed together to do the cooking on a grill donated by Madix. But I made a point to tell both James Helwig Sr. and Jamie Helwig how much we appreciate their contribution because they pay the gas, they pay the driver, and over the years they have done things to recondition the band trailer, and they pull that band trailer everywhere the band goes. They've been to all the games. They have taken them to marching contests, anywhere they go. If they make it all the way to state, then they'll pull them to state, and they do that at no charge to the school district, and that's just such a great contribution.
Well, and the thing about it is they are part of the Terrell community. I'm sure they're a big part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
But they don't have necessarily ties to the district. They just want to give back to the community as a whole, give back to the kids as a whole. They do this out of the generosity just because they want to.
Yes.
They don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
But the sheer joy of, I'm doing this for y'all, and they probably don't want us to say it enough. I mean, a lot like we do. But you know what? We got to give them props.
Our manufacturers, now a lot of our businesses do, but our manufacturers don't sell anything to Terrell. But they're very important companies that their products are all over the United States, and they give freely to the community. They just work with the school district, with the CTE at the school district, with the arts program. So we're in a great community.
All right, well, let's do this right quick, Ray. We've got the captains out on the Tiger Head in the middle of the field. They are doing the coin toss right now. I'll give you the names of the Terrell captains. Looks like Melissa has won the toss, and they are deferring to the second half. So they want to defend the south end of the cemetery end, and the Tigers will defend the north end of the Lions Club end, and we will receive captains for tonight at number 11, Samandra Hambrick, number 23, Kason Martinez, who we've talked about that young man several times in the past couple of weeks.
Yes.
Number 66, Malachi Williams, and number 68, San Lucas Coronado.
And the Tigers are taking the field now, coming down to the tunnel.
The new tunnel, it's probably still a little too green for the big tee to be put up. Because I can imagine that thing would catch a lot of wind. But one of the underclassmen who coach has brought up, they started at the beginning of the year actually. You have a freshman debut player that is elected to come up. They are holding the red smoke bombs that is going all over the stadium at this point in time. We're going to line up on the sideline. Melissa's already on their sideline, and we'll have the national anthem. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 breaks here while we get ready for that. So you're listening to Terrell Tiger pregame from Memorial Stadium on KPYK 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101.
Okay, sir.
Fans, at this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we join together for a moment of silence, so that we can reflect, remember, and honor all of our family members, loved ones, and heroes who are no longer with us in person, but always remain in spirit. please remain standing and direct your attention to the north end of the field as we honor America and our servicemen and women at home and abroad. Please join us in singing as the Terrell High School Fighting Tiger Band plays the national anthem.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium where the Fighting Terrell Tiger Band. I always forget to put that in front of
Yeah,
it.
you got to put that
I gotta
fighting
put
in
it
there. Now, I've
fighting in
never
front
seen
of
them
it.
in a fight.
No, and let's hope they don't.
Oh, you'd be busy for weeks.
The high school staff would be busy for weeks. They just finished playing the national anthem, a very good rendition of it. They always do a great job. You have probably a little more insight than I do on their contest that's coming up tomorrow.
Well, let me just tell you, for the band students, I'll pick one up at about 11 o'clock tonight after they get back to the band hall, get everything done. Then they have to be back at the band hall at 7. They go to Denton, and they march at 1:15, and if they make the finals, they'll get back home, John Young said, somewhere between 12 and 1.
So if you want to make the jaunt out to Denton, they'll be at Apogee Stadium. Norteca's home field, Apogee Stadium, has that big pointed end where the seats are. If you want to support the Fighting Terrell Tiger Band, then please go to Denton tomorrow and be there a little earlier than 1 o'clock and get yourself in there and watch some great bands do some area competition. All right, Melissa has the ball teed up. They, of course, are on the south end of the field. And the kick is up and away. It's a pooch kick. It's fair catch called for at the 31-yard line. But number 10, that's Preston Kilgore. So we're going to get our first shot at seeing the Tiger offense tonight.
You know, Kilgore has done a good job because there have been times this year that they've been pooching it to that area, and he's got very sure hands. He knows when to call for it and when not to call for it. And so it's going to be interesting. Let's see if Monte Kennedy is at quarterback. Yes, he is out there, number 5.
Hash mark closest to the Melissa bench. We've got one wide receiver both sides, 2 in the backfield behind Monte. And here's our lead play, our zone lead to the right side of the offensive front. Melissa stops the gap up and for a minimal about a half-yard gain, so let's call it second down at same 10.
Yeah, and I would expect for us to go really slow and take as much time off. Coach Sedbury likes to run as much time off the clock as he can. Melissa's got a pretty good-sized defense out there.
Tight end wing to the left. Monte's under center. And we're going to toss the ball out to the right flat. It's caught, but then the hit comes from Melissa, and it looks like they're going to recover at the 27-yard line. It was a good pitch and catch, but the defender put a big lick right on the ball, and it popped up. And good thing he mishandled it, or they might have been walking in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, so I was like getting really excited. Hey, did a good rollout, nice catch. The receiver was in the right position, and then bam, momentum changed.
Melissa's out at the 27-yard line. They are on the hash mark closest to us. Twins all the way out to their bench. One in the backfield beside the quarterback when he's spinning the ball up across the middle. Very good defense there by number 13, Trey Gardner, to help knock that ball away.
Very good coverage. I mean, he was right with him, didn't interfere with him, got a good knock away on the ball, and
same formation, except the back moves to the other side. He throws the ball out to the number 2 receiver inside. He mishandles it, so that's going to bring up 3rd down in the same 10 for the Melissa Cardinals.
man, I think that butter we put on the ball worked. I mean, it has slipped through their hands on 2 of them.
Now they flip the formation, still on the hash mark closest to us, trips to the wide side, motion out of the backfield. He fakes the, great play up the middle there. I believe that's Preston Kilgore from his linebacking position. He wanted to throw the ball early, and then the quarterback was going to tuck it and run it. Preston was right there to bring him down for a tackle for loss back to the 29-yard line. 4th down and 12 for the Cardinals, and they're going to go ahead and go for it. They're going to try to get the Tigers to jump off sides. We did not move. Twins to the wide side of the field, one in the backfield to the right of the quarterback, and he fakes the handoff and tries to throw it out to the flat, and it is caught at the 15-yard line. That is going to be that is enough for the Melissa Cardinal, 16-yard line. That is enough for the Melissa Cardinal 1st down. They're quick to the line of scrimmage. Twins to the wide side once again. A zone read to the right. First running play for Melissa, and the ball comes out, but we knock it out of bounds. So he's going to get about 6 yards on that play, down to the 5 yards down to the 11-yard line, which brings up 2nd down and 5.
Man, Philip Nickerson, we know how good he is. He's really athletic the way he was getting after the ball.
Ball flips to the other hash mark. Twins to the wide side close to us. Another zone read. This one goes straight at the middle. The 3rd level are the ones that are making this tackle inside the 5-yard line. It looks like it's going to be placed at the 3. Melissa is already at the line of scrimmage with the same play. The front of the Tiger defensive front does a good job keeping him out of the end zone. He gets down to the 1-yard line, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 1.
Okay, so on those last 2 plays where they did make yardage, our defensive line is handling their offensive line.
Right now, trips to our side of the field, one in the backfield beside the quarterback. He's going to roll to the left. There's a flag down at the 2-yard line. The pass is caught in the end zone. Let's wait and see what the flag is.
We almost intercepted that ball. We were in good position. The quarterback just put it in a great place. The penalty's against us because Melissa is cheering.
And changing personnel. The ball is placed at the 3-yard line. Offsides.
Man.
We just didn't look down the line of scrimmage, so Melissa declines that, takes the points. They're going to run the swinging gate and then automatically move over at this point in time. So now we're just waiting on that first RHSR extra point from the Melissa Cardinals. Coach Sudbury had some questions of the side guys way down here on his sidelines. It's not new to us. The kick is up and the kick is good. So that 9:22 left in this first quarter. It's your Terrell Tigers 0, Melissa Cardinals 7. You're listening to Terrell Tigers football on KPYK 1570 AM, 102.5 FM. All right, for Studio 101, we're not back from radio yet, but Studio 101, we're back. We're watching the Cardinals about to kick off from the 40. Here's another pooch kick. He's going to kick it the other direction. And the Cardinals go up and catch the ball. He catches the ball at the 45-yard line, which means the ball went, the 10 yards. He just went up. He's a tall receiver. He went up, caught the ball over the top of our defender or return person. So it's first down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and I'm a little concerned because if you look at the sideline, something we haven't seen very much this season, and shoulders are down.
Yeah. Well, that's part of that psychology that I was talking to Coach about, how he's going to get him and his coaches, because it takes a whole coaching staff to do that, to get them back in the mentality that you can play with people and stay in ball games. Melissa is closest to our bench, the hash mark closest to our bench at the 45-yard line. Zone read right up the middle, and it was a straight give. He's got a big push, lots of leg drive. It is actually down at the 36-yard line where his forward motion is finally stopped. Melissa is not huddling there, going right back to the line of scrimmage. Twins to the wide side of the field, fake the handoff. He throws out the number one receiver, which he just he throws to the sideline. The receiver didn't know it was coming to him because he didn't even look for the ball. So it's going to bring up third down at the same point.
Yeah, Melissa got shortchanged on the play before this last one because the guy's forward progress was about 15 yards down the field farther than he was.
Here's the quick snap there, and the zone read right up the middle. Number 12 has the ball, and he gets to the third level. Play made there by Jarius Scruggs. He comes all the way over to make that. After the Melissa Cardinals get that earned first down, we'll give that to Travis Wilson.
Yeah, and number 12 for the Cardinals, that's Ashton Mitchell-Johnson, is down right now.
He's the one that just ran the ball.
And he is rolling around, lying on his back with the coaches around him.
So with that, we'll go ahead and take this injury timeout with you. No, hold on. We're going to keep it right here. He's already up. So we'll keep it right here. It's good to see that that he did not get hurt. You know, we had two last week that got hurt in the game, and I hate to ever see that. I hope everybody gets recovered sooner than later.
Yeah, you don't want to see the kids like that. You know, our superintendent, Dr. Knox, tonight, stepson, his first year ever to play football as a senior in high school. He spent 2 or 3 weeks in the hospital, almost lost his leg.
That's correct. More on that here in a little bit. We have a penalty all over the place. There's flags on each sideline and one in the backfield. There's actually one in the secondary too. So we're going to move the Cardinals back. Illegal procedure there, moving back to the 31-yard line. We'll bring up first down and 15. They have twins to our side of the field, single receiver to their side of the field. They are in between the two hash marks. There's some discussion between Mr. Whitehat and one of the stripe shirts on the defensive side of the ball. And now the play for ready.
That umpire looks like he's talking to the Secret Service in his hand up there.
Here comes motion coming across. Usually that means that it's going to be some kind of jet sweep sometime during the game. We have another penalty thrown by Mr. Whitehat back there. It's going to be another procedure penalty on the Cardinals. So they are, I didn't see anybody move beside the guy in motion right there. So they're having either problems lining up or too many people in the backfield at one time.
Yeah, it's 1st and 20. So, and I think that our defense picked up a little bit.
Twins to their side, one in the backfield to the left of the quarterback. Zone read right up the middle is number 21. Met in there by a host of Tigers. And actually the runner was probably off the ground, and the linemen were pushing him a little bit further. That gets the ball spotted at the 32-yard line, so a big pickup there is going to bring up second down and about 16 to go. They are already snapping the ball, fake handoff. He's going to let the ball fly down the left sideline. However, the ball is caught, but he was all kind of out of bounds on that, so that's good for us. That brings up third down, that same 16.
You know, off mic when we were at the last commercial break, I mentioned to you that our defensive line was handling the offensive line very well, but now all of a sudden things have changed.
Twins to our side. There's a zone read. He's coming back to the left side of the front. Missed tackle up front, and that leads to another Cardinal touchdown. He had a running lane to the left side of the offensive front. One person missed him, and then he's off to the races.
Yeah, that was just the offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage.
Swinging gate look once again. They don't like what they see, so they're going to line up and run a traditional extra point. We'll give that to RHSR Insurance, Wayne Bobovac.
I wish Bobovic would quit helping out the opposing team.
Him and Travis Wilson both.
Yeah.
Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 7:46 left in this first quarter, the score now is Terrell 0, Melissa 14. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK, 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101. Okay, Studio 101 and KPYK listeners, that was a pooch kick to the opposite side of the field towards the Cards bench over there, and Preston Kilgore did a good job once again on fair catching and making sure that nobody was going to run over the top of him and take it away from him.
All right, Terrell offense can get rolling. I mean, we connected with the pass, and of course we had a fumble.
Two in the backfield behind Monte. Straight dive play to the left side of the offensive front. We didn't get much of a push. We're going to give him a yard, 2nd down and 9. Was that Chase?
Yes, I believe that was Mr. Bingham.
And one thing about tonight, and I hope he gets it, if Chase Beeman gets, I believe he said 77 yards, he will go over 1,000 yards for the year. So we need him to get on track tonight. There's a lead zone to the left side of the offensive front. We get a little more push there out to the 36-yard line. It looks like 37-yard line. That's where it's going to be placed. It's going to bring up 3rd down. And scoreboard says 8. I can't argue with the math.
No, we do not argue with Ms. Jasmine.
2 in the backfield behind Monte. 1 wide receiver, not very wide. He's at the hash mark. Monte's rolling out to the right. He's looking for him, but there's whistles everywhere.
That's on us if they stop the play.
Yeah, they stopped the play. And it's from the other sideline, the side judge over there. Procedure penalty against the Tigers.
And tonight the officiating seems to be pretty good. The last 2 weeks we've had good officiating. We can't complain. Some weeks we've had people that picked up out of the parking lot at Booze Liquor Store right before the game and gave them booze.
Booze Liquor is not an authorized vendor of KPYK. 32-yard line for the Tigers. We get moved back. They're behind the sticks. 3rd down. I'm going to argue with Jasmine on this one because it's 3rd down and 12, not 3rd down and 13 in there. 1 in the backfield behind Monte. We're going to spin the ball out to the flats, and number 11, we'll get your name for that, is out to the pitch and catch out to the 35-yard line. That's Amanda Hambrick.
That's my favorite name.
Zamanda
Hambrick.
And he was one of the captains for the night. However, that brings up 4th down for the Tigers, 4th down and 9, so we're going to have to kick the ball away.
Yeah, and the defense has really, really got to mentally focus because it will become real easy to just start going through the motions instead of have intensity.
Colton Brunke standing at his 22-yard line waiting to snap. The Card punt returner standing at the 39-yard line.
Oh!
It is blocked by the Cards in the backfield.
Oh, get it! We got it back. No, they never took possession.
They never took possession. With the ball will be down there at the 17-yard line. So that's where the Cards will take over. First down and 10 in the red zone already from the just outside the 17-yard line.
That's a good thing about working for Carlton Tidwell is I thought for a second I said, no, wait a minute, they didn't possess it. So Carlton, your official lessons are paying off.
The Cards are on the hash mark closest to us. Twins to the wide side of the field, which seems to be the way they're going to line up most of the night. We have motion all the way across to a trips look, a zone read up the middle, and then he bends it out to the left. Hard runner, and he's finally run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, right between the 7 and the 8-yard line. So that's going to be pretty close to a first down for the Cards, depending on where they put it. They have not moved the sticks yet. They're saying second down and very, very short. He's going to spin the ball up and throw it up for grabs in the back of the end zone.
Man.
And
our defender fell down, or he would have had that one. He was in good position and just tripped.
yeah, a good pitch and catch, though. A nice tight spiral. They're going to line up in the swing gate for the extra point attempt from for RHSR. They're going to change personnel, evidently. They have not moved yet. They usually get the signal, it seems like, from the sideline. There must be a problem with the clock. There is a Melissa coach that he must be the head coach, I guess. He was out past the numbers, and now he's finally going to call a timeout. I'm not sure why you would want to do that at this point in time, but it's not for me to guess.
He doesn't want to have to score that many points. I mean, he's at 21 with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Is he thinking he's not getting enough scoring attempts?
And it's just an extra point. So it's I guess it's a learning tool for him at this point in time, because they were one Melissa Card was running on and off the field, so they didn't have the personnel and they needed, evidently. Which, you could burn a timeout for that if you want.
Well, when you're up 20 to nothing with 5 minutes to go, yeah, sure you could.
We're back in the swinging gate once again. So the coach said we're going to do this right. So they're going to run the swing gate and see if you get it from sideline. There was no signal. They're going to snap it to number 21, and he's just going to get behind the big uglies and run the ball in for a 2-point conversion by the Cardinals, which brings the score Terrell 0, Melissa 22, which I don't like that call going. You're already up, and you're going to go ahead and run the swing gate.
I
don't like it either. Okay. And that's not a homer call. I think anybody listening would say that.
You're up 20 to nothing. Going for an extra point with 5 minutes left in the first. Not the second, not the third, not the fourth, in the first quarter, and you line up and go for 2.
Correct. I don't like it at all.
Nope. Well, see, we agree way more than we disagree. I agree with you way more than my wife ever agrees with me.
Well, and I wish Marvin we could quit agreeing with me sometimes. He says, yeah, you're right a lot. and I can't be right that much. There's no way. All right, the Cardinals, they, as Studio 101 people have seen, they move the ball all over between the hashes, and they're going to pooch kick it once again towards our sideline. However, he does it a little long this time. I believe that was Kanye that called for the fair catch.
Not Kanye, yes.
Yeah, Kanye next called for a fair catch, and we'll have the ball at the 34-yard line, I believe, where this ball is going to be placed with people in front of it.
Yeah, we really need to have a good offensive series here. We have shown that we can throw the short passes. We've got to connect on those and then get them to back off the line.
toss lead sweep to the right. We're going to try our running game once again. It looks like we're going to pick up 3 good yards from the first down play out to the 37-yard line, which will bring up second down 7 for the Tigers.
Yeah, we did a little bit better on the first down than we have, but still not our normal, we're going through part of the season where we get 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Correct. One wide receiver to the wide side. He's not very wide. Tight end is leaning to the left, to the right. Sorry. And that is a great run in there. And that looks like it's Kanye Nix has moved back to the offensive side of the ball. He's out to the 44-yard line. That's going to be super close to a first down. But no, they're moving the sticks. So let's give Travis Wilson State Farm the credit for that earned first down from the Tigers.
The guy with the best number on the field, Josh Wonka, had one heck of a block on that play. He engaged his guy. Just like, I guess that goes with the number.
Goes with the number. I'll agree with you on that one, Ray.
For those of you that don't know, my esteemed broadcast partner was number 75 for the Terrell Tigers.
I don't know about esteemed and all
I
that
have
stuff.
seen that jersey in his office.
Yeah. All right, with 4:02 left, we're going to go ahead and take this timeout with the teams. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101. Studio 101, people, we are back. The KPYK is still in commercial break, but the Tigers are back on the field. We were at the 44-yard line. One wide receiver to the wide side of the field and tied in the wing to the right. We are in big trouble. He keeps running back. Monte keeps running backwards. We lost contain on that defensive lineman. Huge loss all the way back to the 23-yard line. No, I'm sorry, 22-yard line. I'm sorry. And welcome back, KPYK listeners, on that first play. Monte Kinley gets rushed back for a huge loss. It's first down, and I am going with Daniel Jessamine on this, 32 yards to go.
Well, this was on Monte because he had a blocker over that side that kept the guy outside, and Monte did not roll out where he needed to roll. And then when he realized he was in trouble, he didn't try to get away with the ball.
Chase Bingman with a toss sweep to the right side. He gets a lot of that lost yardage back. Not anything near where we need to be, but on that down play, he gets all the way back out to the 35. So huge gain for Chase Bingman, which will go for his yardage.
Yes. He gets a Travis Wilson earned first down.
No, not
yet.
yet.
No, I'm sorry, he did know. My eyes are messed up. If he doesn't get to 1,000 this week, I have no doubt that by next week he will have 1,000 yards.
And I guess my eyes are bad too, because we're actually on the 38-yard line. Striped shirts kind of got me off there a little bit, so we're on the 38. So even a bigger run for Chase from my standpoint. Twins to the wide side of the field, and the gates were opened up front. Monte was going to tuck it and run because there was no way he was going to be able to throw that ball. Another tackle for loss for the Tigers was going to bring up fourth down and very long back to the 34-yard line for the Tigers.
You know, Brunke has really improved. He started out decent, but he's actually improved his punting over the last couple of games. And they fumbled the last one, so we do have an opportunity here.
Well, Coach told us his deal is confidence in the game. He is gaining confidence. The last one was blocked, which is not necessarily his fault. It's a great snap, and It's a good punt. fielded at the 36-yard line by the Cardinals, and we are going to run him down from behind. He gets back to the
there's a flag.
the Tiger 45-yard line. There is a flag thrown back to the 50-yard line.
Usually those are for illegal blocks.
Correct. I'm not sure. I didn't get a number. I think Preston Kilgore was one of those two that were in on that play, on that tackle.
I'll
on
tell
the
you what,
punt
they
return.
accelerated because they were halfway across the field from the runner.
Uh-huh.
And actually, that saved a touchdown because we had not gotten to seal off the sideline yet.
Big penalty for the Cards. They're coming all the way back on their side of the field. Sorry, I did not get the call from Mr. Whitehat, but they're all the way back to their own 35-yard line.
That would have to be a chop block or some kind of personal foul.
The Cards have Twins to the wide side closest to us. He's going to spin the ball out to the single receiver up top. Tigers do a great job on that side of the field right in front of the Cardinal bench on bottling that up. It was a catch. It was a short gain. It's going to bring up second down. The longer gain than I thought. Second down 6 for the Cards. I didn't think he got that far downfield.
I didn't either. I thought it was right at the sticks.
Same setup for the Cards. Run a zone read right up the middle. There's not much reading because that's a give all the way. The quarterback's not doing anything with it, but he gets out to the 45-yard line, which is going to be enough for another Cardinal first down. So let's give it to Travis Wilson, State Farm.
Absolutely.
Twins still to our sideline down here. They're still on the hash mark closest their bench. Big push by the front 5 of the Tigers, which makes the quarterback throw the ball a little long. Quarterback did end up on the ground, so we got good pressure that time from the front.
Yeah, we've had good pressure the last few plays that they've dropped back to pass. And we had coverage on the play by number 2, Markel Hambrick.
47.1 seconds left in this first quarter. Yes, that's right, folks. 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Twins to our side. They're still on the hash mark. They're running a counter play back to the left side of the offensive front. Missed one tackle up front, but 2 more Terrell Tigers, number 13, Trey Garner, and 25, I believe that's Thomas Brown, came up to make the play at the Tiger 48-yard line, which will bring up third down and 3 for the Cardinals. 25 seconds left on the scoreboard clock. I believe the coach is going to let this run out. We're going to go to quarter, I believe.
They had a trick up their sleeve.
Yeah, they're doing something. The Twins to the wide side, which is they're liking to do. Zone read right up the middle, and we're going to stop him short. 25 once again. Thomas Brown comes around and runs him down from the backside. Looks like he's going to gain about 1 yard, but it's going to bring up fourth down and 2 for the Cardinals, and that is the end of the first quarter. It's your Terrell Tigers 0, the Melissa Cardinals 22, because they went to 2, even though they were ahead. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK, 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101.
As we begin the second quarter. The ball is at the Tiger 47-yard line.
To Memorial Stadium, Leon Vineyard Field at Memorial Stadium, where it is quarter change. It is 4th and 2 for the Cardinals, and they are going to go for it from the 47-yard line.
He did not broke the line of scrimmage.
Let's move.
They're going to give them a first down.
No, delay a
Delay
game.
a game. All right.
No,
okay,
it's
well,
delay
I
a game
take
on
back
us.
everything I just said. Yes, that
Yeah,
was
it's
right.
delay game on us. So here's the deal on a delay a game penalty on the defensive side of the ball. I know a little bit about this.
Okay.
Because
you,
I know the
you were
rule.
schooled by Carlton Tidwell.
Well, I was, and then I'll tell you in just a second because it's we haven't moved the sticks yet. Coach is arguing, which I think he should. Sedbury Senior is trying to get his signals in around head coach. Here's the deal. Twins to the wide side of the field, they're going to run a zone read right up the middle. The Tiger front does an excellent job on that on the first down play. Very minimal gain on that. I think he gains about 2 yards, so it's going to bring up second down and 8. And the Cardinal, remind me to talk about that because the Cardinals usually go really quick. Same setup. The running back moves from one side to the other.
Good Lord.
Oh,
he tackled him.
He threaded that right through 2 defenders. I thought Kanye was going to come up with a pick right across the middle, but the quarterback threaded that ball into a very tall receiver. I believe that was number 8.
The film? The left tackle tackled, not just held, he tackled him.
Flip the Twins to the other side. Quarterback just zone read to the right side. We do a good job there on bringing him down. It's second and goal from the 5. However, I did see a flag come in from somewhere.
There were 2 or 3.
Are there?
Yeah. So let's see who it's against. Face mask
against us. So
okay.
half the distance.
They see our face mask, but they can't see their
They can't see the holding on the edge of the line. So it's first and goal from inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. And we're going to throw the ball up for a jump ball on the outside, and number 11 does a great job. That's your favorite name.
Zamandrick.
There you go.
Part of the Hambrick brothers.
He does a great job of poking that ball out at the last second. He had good coverage there in the end zone. Here's another play from scrimmage. It's second down and goal. They're going to run the zone read, and we're going to force him all the way out of bounds. He ran a long way not to get very many yards at all.
That was great coverage down the line. They strung that one out and just wouldn't let him get forward progress.
We do have a flag holding against the Cardinals, so that's going to bring them back and replay that same second down, but they're going to be 10 yards back from where they were.
Yeah, at least they got one. Okay, how was that?
All right, defensive
yes.
delay of game. What that usually means is that the defensive line or the linebackers are simulating the snap by either clapping or saying something that is very similar to what the offensive team is using for their snap count. That's how you get a defensive delay a game. Here we go. The inside part of the Terrell Tigers, I think that's number 66, Malachi Williams, did a good job on stopping that play early. That's going to bring up third down and goal from the 12. That is a good job from the front 7 of the Terrell Tigers.
And number 131, Jared Wahardo, also was big assist there on that play.
The Cards have gone to a trips look on the wide side closest to their bench. The running back moves from right to left. Quarterback is still in the shotgun. He's going to spin the ball up out to the flat.
Oh, yeah.
However,
Get it.
Yep, we've got a ball.
Ball on it.
You can tell what's going because Ray's excited. We punched the ball out. Ashton Williams came from like a rocket off the left defensive edge and ran the quarterback down and punched the ball out. The Tigers will take over and avoid any points on the board from the Cardinals.
Oh, sorry there. Got a little excited. But
you can do that.
You know, we got to teach them. Ball on the board. You're not going to be on ESPN tomorrow anyway. You know?
Yeah, what they were doing, for those listening to us on KPYK, they were trying to pick the ball up and advance it a little bit more, but you just need to fall on it and live another day. Here's a toss sweep by the Tigers. That is 22 Fulbright that gets it, and he gets out to the 30-yard line, which is going to be about maybe the 31-yard line. Let's give him 31. That'll be second down at 8.
You know, that looked like it was going to go farther, and what a great block on the outside.
Wide receiver to the short side of the field, 2 in the backfield behind Kennedy, and the Cardinal front.
Good!
Yeah.
That'll be 15.
The Cardinal front plugged everything up, but the extracurricular activity against Chase Bingman back there is going to earn them a personal foul, and it's going to move the ball up, and it should give us a first down.
Let's see,
I
is
think.
that a spot foul or a line
Well,
of scrimmage?
I guess that remains to be seen. That is enough for a first down because it moves it all the way out to the 43-yard line.
All right, we got a couple of things going our way now.
Tight end and wing right. We move to a dead T look in the backfield, which means 2 beside Monte in the backfield. And we did not get any push whatsoever, so that's going to be a no gain for the Tigers from the 43-yard line, second down at St. Ken.
Yeah, we're not getting the push by the defensive line that we've been getting. We're going to have to go to some rollout stuff and option outside to get out quickly. This trying to go up the middle is just not working.
The ball is in between the 2 hashes. 42-yard line. 2 in the backfield behind Monte. And it looks like he wanted to run some type of screen in the middle, but the front group from the Cardinals are too quick, and they ran him out of bounds for a tackle for loss all the way back to the 39-yard line, scoring a third down at 14 for the Tigers.
Yeah, he needs to learn when to get rid of the ball. What was that? We were at one game, but I mean, their quarterback was beautiful. He wasn't flashy, but he knew when to get rid of the ball when they were in trouble.
Correct. I don't know. I know the Argyle quarterback did that once or twice last week. All right, twins to the wide side of the field, 1 in the backfield beside Monte. Again, just too much up front. The Cardinal defense is in attack mode at this point in time. Another huge tackle for loss back to the 26-yard line, 4th down and 28 for the Tigers.
Runke's coming in again to punt. Man, that was great with a good turnover, change momentum, and give it right back.
Brunke is standing at the 16-yard line. There are 2 punt returners back for the Cardinals at their own 46, 45, and 43 respectively. Brunke gets off a good tall kick. It turns over, and it is automatically hit after he caught that ball. That is Philip Nickerson that puts a big hit on the punt returner.
You know, I realize we both have a really bad case of Dave South tonight because if we're not doing well, we're both just dragging. And then the minute something good happens, we think that we're ahead.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it because Dave South was good at what he did.
Yes,
even though he was calling Aggie games, he would have done it no matter what booth he was sitting in.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed listening to him.
Well, I'm glad you supported the Aggies by listening to them on the radio. Here's a zone read right up the middle. They're not doing anything different from the Cardinals because if it's working, they're going to keep doing it. That's straight up the middle over the left side of the offensive front, somewhere between the center and the guard. They are second down and 5 from the 46-yard line. We're going to fake the handoff and throw it out to the flat to number 5. The pitch and catch is good. He finally run out of bounds there by number 21. That's Philip Nickerson once again making a play into Terrell Tiger territory at the 48-yard line. So that's going to move the sticks again for the Cardinals. We'll give Travis Wilson, State Farm, a little love there. Zone read right up the middle once again, and he's got good yardage once again all the way down to the Tiger 40-yard line. He keeps his feet moving rather well for a running back. Second down and 2 for the Cardinals. Again, same play, same spot, a little different result this time. The Tigers bunch up a little bit more, but he gets enough down to the 37-yard line, I believe, and that's going to be enough for the Cardinal first down, so we'll give Travis Wilson a little more. Twins to the short side of the field, if you're listening on the radio. One in the backfield beside the quarterback in the shotgun, and it's just zone read once again right up the middle. They're not doing anything spectacular except run the ball and block well in the middle.
Yeah, they're not doing anything but controlling the line of scrimmage, putting forth extra effort, picking up first down and scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a bad game for them.
Well, Travis Wilson's getting along. Here is a zone sweep play, a little different look this time. For those of you who are on Studio 101, the quarterback is faking the pass back to the flats, and he's either giving the ball straight up the middle, or that one ran off tackle a little bit. Picks up very minimal yards, about 1 yard, second down and 9 for the Cards. We're going to look to spin the ball up, and he's still looking for somebody to throw the ball to.
Oh!
And it's almost picked off
picked.
by the Tigers. He did a good job of, who is that, 13? That was Trey Gardner that almost came up with that pick. He read the quarterback's eyes just right.
Yeah, I mean, that was beautifully placed defense.
Here's a little jet sweep
Great
right there.
job.
25 in there for the Tigers. That's Thomas Brown, who wrapped him up and slowed him down. And then I didn't see who cleaned him up. Was that Jalen Hobbs, number 54, that cleaned him up after
That's what
that?
it looked like to me, but remember,
Tackle
I wear
for,
glasses.
well, I've got readers on, so I'm right there with you. Out to the back to the 35-yard line. So the Cards are behind the sticks at this point in time. Then they're going to have an attempt here, field goal attempt, RHSR field goal attempt here. And this, I'll tell you in a second. No, it's the wrong person. This is Chris Moton kicking the ball here. He's the long, and he is it was going straight down the middle of the uprights, but it was about 5 yards short.
I tell you what, if it had been about 1 yard shorter, back there, Kanye Nix would have gotten it out probably to the 25 or 30.
And, we might have had one of those things where, if you remember back about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, the Auburn Tigers.
Auburn and Alabama. Nick Saban just thought he'd just kind of kick field goal, and all of a sudden he ended up
Auburn
losing.
made them pay for it and won the ball game, if I remember correctly.
They did. That was the end of the ball game.
All right, the Tigers are lined up. They are at their own 30-yard line. We have one wide receiver to the Tiger bench, tight end and wing to the right, 2 in the backfield behind Monte. Here's the snap and the zone read to the right side. Actually, it looked like a trap play inside, and I believe, was that Drayden Fulbright running the ball? Yep, that was Drayden going to the right side of the offensive front, because Chase, what it is a crossing pattern in the back. Chase goes one way, Fulbright went the other way. Same setup, same different play this time. It's a lead to the left side of the offensive front. This time Fulbright blocked for Chase in the backfield. Chase gets enough for a Travis Wilson earned first down out to the 40-yard line. Tigers doing a little hurry-up offense this time. Toss sweep to the left side once again. However, the Cards were right there on top of it. We're going to have no gain.
Yeah, and that was just that the middle of the line got whipped at the line of scrimmage. They had a chance to cut a guy, and they didn't. If they cut him, he'd had an opening to go through. But one thing about Bigman, I've never seen him at any point in a game that he wasn't giving max effort.
That is very, very true. All right, we change our formation a little bit. Wing, I guess it's a slot actually. Toss and catch out to the flat. That's number 2 that caught the ball. Out here, that's Marquell Hambrick that picks up about 4 yards for the Tigers. We'll call that second down and I'm sorry, that's going to bring up. Oh, I think it is second down and 7, isn't it?
Well, they've got third over there.
Third down and 7, okay. Same setup. Monte's back. He's going to throw the ball out to the flat again. This is caught by number 7 this time. He fights his way down to the Card 48-yard line. That's
That ought to
Darian
be
Holmes.
thank you, Travis Wilson.
That is a thank you, Travis Wilson. State Farm earned first down by the Tigers.
Yeah, very good. We're starting to throw some short routes.
2 in the backfield behind Monte. 1 wide receiver to both sides. Toss sweep to the right. That's Fulbright. And he hit a couple of Card defenders that bounced off of him. Drayden did a good job, but he gets down to the ball spotted at the 39. That should be enough for another Travis Wilson first down. Tigers quick. We're going to do toss sweep to the right side this time. Same running back. That's Drayden Fulbright. He gets down to the 34-yard line, picks up, looks like 4 yards for the Tigers. Second down and 6.
There's a little bit of life in Tigerland.
1 wide receiver to our bench, toss to the left side of the offensive front, and this is Chase Bingman this time. He's finally run out of bounds at the 20. No, they're going to place the ball at the 30, so he's going to be a yard short of the first down. Third down and 1 for the Tigers.
Good call by Coach Sedbury.
We're going to throw the ball on third down. We're going to throw it up for grabs. Number 2 catches the ball, but he is out of bounds. He was a step out of bounds.
1 in, 1 out.
That's he's new to our. Is that number 3? He is new to our roster. That's Austin Jones. No, that's number 2. That's Markwell Hambret. Yeah, he's not new to our roster.
Jumbo is in.
4th down and 1. Jumbo's in. You're exactly right. Everybody's lined up, and we're going to try to get that 1 yard. There's Bingman. He's pushing for what he can. Looks like he's down to the 28-yard line. That's going to move the sticks. And there is a Cardinal player that is coming out of the end zone. Where has he been?
Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
There was 12 on the field. He came from the end zone, and I'm not sure why there was not a flag for that.
Well, we got a first down anyway.
We did get a first down, but it would be nice to get a few more yards out of that. 28-yard line for the Tigers, still on the hash mark closest to us. Wideouts at both sides, 2 in the backfield behind Markwell. And that goes to number 1. That's Monte Kennedy under center. That goes to Kanye Nix to the right side. Looks like Kanye picks up about hard fought 1 yard maybe. That's going to bring up second down and 9 for the Tigers. There are 32 seconds left. Sorry, we hadn't been keeping up with the time. 32 seconds left. 28 seconds left now. And the Tigers call, I think the Tigers called the timeout.
Yeah, they called a timeout.
No, Melissa called the timeout. Melissa's got 2. We still have 3 on the board, so we'll keep it here for right now. I think it's strange, too.
That makes no sense to me.
No, we just got a clarification. He turned around, and that is charged the Tigers now.
Okay.
So
that
makes a
sense.
lot of sense there, yes. So here's the deal. There was a Cardinal player in the end zone.
He can't run it. He can't.
He was in the end zone. That should have been a penalty.
Yes.
And they didn't call it.
I don't think they saw it.
Even though the back judge saw it, because Marvin called attention to it before the ball was even snapped.
I think he eased down there and was a safety valve because we had been breaking through the line of scrimmage. Okay, if he was down there, that had to be a deliberate 12-man on the field. Because, see, you sneak in from the corner and you're behind the officials.
Correct.
And, unless they're extremely astute, they're not going to come in there when he makes the tackle. They're not going to think, well, he wasn't in here.
And I almost guarantee you that's what Marvin is talking about right now. And Mr. Whitehead's trying to argue with him. And the thing that I haven't seen all year is that senior is standing right next to junior arguing the same fact.
Well, sometimes I think senior's next to junior to go, okay, son, that's okay. I know you're my boss, but calm down.
You might have a point there.
You know,
You might have a point.
you know, as a parent, because your sons are both grown and out on your own, and one of them proudly serving our country in military Army training right now.
That's correct.
But you don't keep looking out for your kids. And so,
Absolutely not.
You know,
you never quit doing that. All right, here's the deal, folks. 28.9 seconds left on the clock in this half. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. They are at the 27-yard line. Now we have whistles coming in. I don't see any flags. I just don't think the officials were ready to go yet. Now the Cardinal coach is going to call it. He wants to know what they were talking about on the side. So Coach Ledbetter is going to pull everybody over to the bench. He's going to get some last-minute instructions here while the Cardinal head coach is going, hey, you didn't come over and tell me what y'all were talking about. So I want to know. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
You're ahead 22-0.
Yeah.
There's 28.9 seconds. And the more time you take, the longer it's going to be before the bands get through. And my kid has got to get some sleep before she goes back to the band hall at 7 in the morning. She gets grouchy, so you're starting to mess up my home life.
All right, folks, let's talk about that. 28.9 seconds left here. No matter what happens in the seconds before halftime, when we come back from halftime, it'll be the coach's show on the first half of the halftime, and then we'll pick it up after the coach's show. Twins to the short side of the field, 2 behind Monte, who is under center. Tight end to the right. Monte's going to try to throw the ball up for a jump ball. And there is pass interference. They did call that. There's 23 seconds left after that play, so we have a little life here. That should be pass interference. Yep. It just called pass interference against the Cardinals. So let's move the ball up and get a first down and get at least 23 seconds left, at least get 2 more shots at the end zone to make something happen.
Okay, so Travis, we've surely somewhere during the year missed a first down or 2, so even though that's not earned first down, thank you, Travis Wilson, on Moore Avenue, your State Farm agent.
All right, the ball is going to be spotted at looks like they're going to stop at the 14-yard line, in between 13 and 14-yard line, in the middle between the 2 hashes. Now the officials are coming together to talk one more time, just to make sure they've got everything set. He picked the ball up once again, and he's moving it up a few more steps. I'll take it.
Hey, I'll take that.
Now it's at the 12-yard line, it looks like. 1 wide out, both sides, 2 in the backfield behind Kennedy. He's going to come back. We're going to throw a jump ball to number 2 in the end zone, and he was impeded just a little bit in the end zone, so that's okay. There's 19.2 seconds left. It was first down, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. We still have a few more chances and 2 more timeouts to burn if we need them in this half.
Yep, 19 seconds and 3 plays.
Correct. Because you're down 22, you might as well try to use all 4 of them all 4 downs at this time. Same formation. We're going to do a toss sweep to Chase Bingman. He's straight up the middle.
Yes.
Chase Bingman is in for a Terrell Tiger touchdown with a toss zone sweep to the right side of the offensive front.
Okay, are you hearing something else in your headset? It's like we got the space shuttle and we're picking up the conversation up there.
We'll need to talk to the boss back at the station about that.
By the way, Casey Martinez is kicking that RHSR extra point. Good to see him back out kicking. He was on the sidelines last week, and Brunky did the kicking. So good job to see Casey back out there.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Casey Martinez lost his dad several weeks ago, and the young man elected to come to practice, and he was not at the game immediately immediately after that. But he was at the game last week, but didn't do his regular duties last week. He probably
No,
just
but
probably
the
wasn't
week
in it.
his dad passed away, he was killed in a very tragic motorcycle accident. He was at practice at 6:15
The
the
next
next morning,
Yes.
and his teammates rallied around him, and he played that night.
Oh, he did.
He
That's
made
right.
3 extra points. It was the week after that some of his family came in
That's it. That's it. I'm sorry.
to have
I'm
an
off.
event. But
You're
kid
exactly
was
right.
remarkable.
Back to receive for the Cardinals.
All right, 13.4 seconds left in this half. The Tigers are down on the board, 7-22. Here's a kickoff from that same Casey Martinez. It's fielded at the 17-yard line. The
Good
Cardinal
angle.
is trying to get all the way across the field. The Tigers did a good job at bringing him down. It looks like the ball is going to be placed about the 32-yard line.
Okay, they are throwing footballs in the stands. I have to tell you, Mayor Rick Carmona lost a bet to Mayor Jeff Jordan and Kaufman on the game, and the loser had to throw footballs in the stands. So tonight is the night that Rick is paying off the bet in Kaufman. Only Rick bought the footballs, and they all say Terrell Tigers. So
he didn't say what footballs he had to throw.
Rick is throwing Terrell Tiger footballs. He called me this afternoon, I don't know, about 5 o'clock or so, just to check in. And so he said, by the way, Jordan didn't say what kind of footballs I had to throw.
Well, those of you on Studio 101 watching, we missed a penalty. The ball was moved out to the 43-yard line. The Cardinals take a quick pitch and catch out to their sideline, and they get deep into Terrell Tiger territory all the way down. I'm looking at a spot here. I'm sorry. That's going to be the last play of the half. So why
are they huddling up? There must be another play.
No, it's not. Everybody's to each sidelines. They're going to go. The bands are coming out on the field at this point in time. So here at Leon Vineyard Field at Memorial Stadium, it's halftime score. Your Terrell Tigers 7, the Melissa Cardinals 22. When we come back, you're going to be listening to the Coaches Show. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101.
traveling from the heart of North Texas, deep in Cardinal Nation, we bring you tonight's halftime entertainment. Melissa High School is proud to present the 4A State Silver Medal finalists from their UIL competition show last year in San Antonio. Now the 2021 Melissa High School award-winning Mighty Cardinal Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Jerry Warden, Jordan Hayes, Zachary Robinson, David Landry, Michael Wimberly, and Taylor Tucker. Additional staff includes Stone McCauley and Elizabeth Reynoso. Tonight, the band is led under the field command of Drum Majors Autumn Bell, Sidney Smith, Jackson Thomas, and Skylar Card. The section of the week is the color guard. Tonight, the Mighty Cardinal Band will be performing their 2021 UIL competition show entitled Flight 2021, and includes One Day I'll Fly Away from the hit movie Moulin Rouge, Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra, Learn to Fly by the Foo Fighters, Thunderstruck by AC/DC, and Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. Drum Major Autumn Bell, is your band ready? Cardinal fans would like to thank our Superintendent Keith Murphy, our Deputy Superintendents, Dr. Robert Rich and Kim Whitaker, the Melissa Booster Club, and our awesome fan parents for their unwavering support.
Studio 101 that we were talking about. They it's a raindrops keep falling on my head type presentation, and the flag corps is really colorful and pageantry. So these kids, they have come a long way since their director didn't come on board till school started, or a day or two before, and it's been kind of fun to watch them gel. Of course, your mom had the drill team, and Sharon Harper just does a fantastic job with them. And right now she's doing double duty because she's come to work with us at the chamber. So she has to deal with the Tigerettes and then deal with myself and Carlton Tidwell.
Well, just blame one for that. Don't blame yourself for that. Just blame it on
Just blame
Carlton.
Carlton. Well, he's the boss and signs my paycheck, so I got to be nice to him. You know.
Right. Plus, he's listening probably. So.
You know, he's probably listening.
All right. For those of you who have who don't know, the Fighting Tiger Band is going to Denton tomorrow night. I believe you mentioned that earlier. Ray will be there with bells on.
I will be there with bells on.
Apogee Stadium over at the University of North Texas in Denton, and talk about the times and everything tomorrow.
1:15, they take the field to march. So Chloe and I are going to go up. Chloe's going to go watch her sister. She doesn't like to have to get up early, but we'll make the trip and go up and watch them, and then hopefully they make it to the finals. If they make it to the finals, that means my child will not get back to the school till between midnight and 1, according to John Young. So I'm going to have to get a short night of sleep. I thought they were going to play some music.
Yeah, well, they just started. Let's take a listen to that right now, and we'll. I think we're getting enough ambient crowd noise from outside that you can listen to the Fighting Tiger Band.
Our leader, Chuck Morgan, that's the Ranger announcer, Chuck Montran, said that we are not hearing the band. Yeah. So what is the new philosophy?
Is that they don't do anything? They're trying to find things. They're making small adjustments.
keep them from scoring. You and I may be proven wrong as to why they went for two. You know, if all of a sudden we're at 21 to 22, you know, that extra point then becomes real beneficial to Melissa.
Yeah, we need 2 stops in that scenario, but it would get us back in the game at a better point if we stopped them in the first drive or went down the field and scored.
Absolutely. We stop them, we score. The offensive line has been a mixed bag tonight. You know, they have been brilliant at times and opening up holes, and then at other times they've just collapsed.
Yeah,
By the way,
the thing that I always look at first is the offensive line. And the Melissa Cardinals have done something that stunting or whatever.
And by the way, that means that he is Mayor Jordan's going to put into the contract that he has to use Kaufman footballs.
That's called learning from your mistake.
That is. Yeah, because Rick Carmona's a smart man. He's pretty smart, and he certainly found an angle that worked for him. So what do you see in the second half? What do you
well, that's just it. People at home heard doesn't mean they go all the way back and start teaching tackling and things like that. All that means is that they went back to a simpler game plan on the defensive side of the ball, which means that they're only running 2 or 3 safety probably man cover 2.
No, they don't throw the ball.
That's the point on the defensive side of the ball. On the other side of the ball, we've already seen it. What he talked about. We're going to stick to our offense, our wing T offense. We're going to try to run the ball. We're going to try to do clock management. Melissa's not letting us do this right now because the front seven is so good up front. But the other thing that Coach talked about is putting Monte in the shotgun, which we have seen.
Right.
Nothing new, but putting him more in the shotgun and giving him an opportunity to do things with his feet. Because he's always said that Lyndon is more of a game manager, that Monte is more of a game
Playmaker.
Playmaker, exactly right. So that's what he was trying to do is get Monte in a situation where he can make plays with his feet. And what we haven't seen, Coach didn't say it, but what I fully expect to see, and I hope I see it in the second half, or I'll be wrong, and Coach will disagree with me for once, is that what we need to do is get Monte out of the pocket.
Yes.
He has rolled every once in a while, but the problem is that he's got people in his face, and it's not as effective rolling out on purpose as it is when you're running for your life.
Yes, there's all the difference in the world. By the way, I got to say, as I was watching that, I saw my daughter play the clarinet and walk backwards. I can't walk forwards and chew gum, so I was rather impressed. All right, we're going to take a break. It's Terrell Tiger football on KPYK 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101.
right, everybody. KPYK listeners and Studio 101 listeners, we are after halftime here at the stadium. The Tigers are already on the field preparing to kick the ball off, and it is Casey Martinez that has the ball. His tee is on the X on the 40, in between the two sidelines, right directly in the middle of the field. We're just waiting on Melissa to come out on the turf and get set up, and Casey will get us ready to go for the second half.
By the way, we heard from our version of Mike Pereira, Carlton Tidwell, and if indeed that player hid in the end zone, not the player area, that is a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, which would have been 15 yards. And defensive pass interference is not half the distance to the goal. So thank you, Mr. Tidwell, for your expertise. You make Shuck and I look smarter.
Well, and yes, thank you, Carlton. One thing that we were trying to do as the Tigers are going to kick off is get a guest up here. There is the kickoff from Casey Martinez, and he booms it. It hits at the 4-yard line and just barely bounces 1 yard into the end zone. So great kick by Casey Martinez. He is getting back in form. The Cardinals will take over at the 25-yard line. What I was trying to say is I'm trying to get the guest to come up here. I thought he was going to be here early. I texted him a long time ago, but the event coordinator, I'm going to call him that, for Melissa ISD is Duke Sparks, one of our own that has been here as assistant coach, head coach, principal, and everything else. I'm trying to get him to come up to the press box so we can get him on the radio.
That would be great.
Yeah. Melissa's lined up. There's a
That's
zone
not
read.
great.
Say it again?
That's not great.
That's not great. No, not at all. Melissa lined up in a twin set closest to their bench. They are now in a trip set. They are out to the 30-yard line, 5-yard pickup, second down and 5 for the Cardinals. They are picking up where they left off. Trips to the short side of the field, one in the backfield beside the quarterback. Zone read. We're going to throw a screen out to the pick. Hey, tackle him, because that was a
it was lateral.
It was a backwards pass.
Oh.
It was not an incomplete pass. It was not called incomplete because, and we don't have a good vantage point here, but never let the ball stay on the turf down there, because you never know when it's a backwards pass and when it's not. Now, there was not a whistle. There is a referee down, side judge over there was knocked down on the sideline. The sticks have not moved. It is still second down, so I believe it was an incomplete pass. We finally have that from Mr. Whitehat, but we didn't react appropriately.
No, we did
that.
not.
Get on the ball just in case.
You always follow through.
Ball's placed in between the two hash marks, twins to the Terrell sideline. Quarterback's rolling out. This is the second quarterback for the Melissa Cardinals. It's number 1. He's the second quarterback. He throws it out as a pitch and catch, but the receiver was out of bounds. So it's going to bring up that 4th down and 5 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and their quarterback got leveled just as he let the ball go. Legal hit. But, you know, you do several of those, you can get a little happy feet pretty quick.
Now, here's your point. You called it. We needed a quick defensive stand, and we got it. It's 4th down. The Cardinals are punting. One of the few times they punted tonight. I think it might be the first time they punted tonight. He is standing at the 15-yard line. He gets a end-over-end punt. It's going to hit at the 37-yard line and just kind of die right there, just kind of roll back to the 35. That's where the Tigers will take over. Excuse me.
I don't know if you're old enough to remember the Cowboy kicker, Tony Frisch, the first soccer-style kicker they had.
Yes.
That's who that punter looks like.
Kind of a short guy.
Kind of a short, chubby guy. It looks like Tony Frisch out there.
Oh, there's got to be something coming in that brain of yours. I see it. All right, the Tigers are going to take over there in between the two hash marks. That's at the 37-yard line. One wide receiver towards the Cardinal bench. We try a toss sweep to Fulbright, and it does not go well. It's a tackle for loss back to the 34-yard line.
You know, Tony Frisch was from Austria. I think he was the first foreign-born Cowboy kicker. See, I can't remember where I put my car keys, but I can remember.
You remember that?
that a kicker from 40 years ago or
30,
so.
yeah, 34-yard line. The Tigers are behind the stick, 2nd down and 13. Twins to the wide side of the field. Here's a toss sweep
Good block.
to the left side, and Beeman's trying to get what he can going out there, but it's going to be another tackle for loss for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you know, one of the keys to that play is that number 23 from Melissa, who is Josh Nicholas, got blocked. Really, really good block. But, man, he got back up and hustled his way to the ball. That is really good pursuit defense. And so, as an offense, you've got to understand what they're doing.
All right, bad news for us. Duke Sparks is not going to come up. He said, I'm just going to be a spectator tonight. Y'all have fun. So he's down cheering his Cardinals on. Maybe a little bit for the Tigers here and there. Here's a pass.
Oh!
And you know what? Monte threw that into coverage. The coaches for the Cardinals are wanting pass interference. But what I say is that's just.
They got holding, and I don't know whether it's offensive holding or defensive holding.
I don't.
Because it's from in the secondary. And
yeah.
Well, let's see what.
It is holding against the Cardinals.
Okay, that's
Very good.
5 yards and an automatic first down, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, what I was
chains.
going to say is that Mandrick did a good job on going from offensive player to defensive player and making sure that that was not an interception.
Yes. Yeah, very good. It was just a ill-advised throw.
Well, it was one of those things where he was rolling out, and that's one of the keys that I've been waiting to see, but it just didn't work out. Now we're on the hash mark farthest from us, wing to the right. It
Good
is
run.
a trap play right up the middle. Quick hitter. That is our man Chase Bingman trying to get all he can up the middle. He's out to the 49-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 4 for the Tigers.
Dalton Whitmer, number 40, delivered the finishing tackle. I mean, he got a pop in there.
Well,
All right, we're
he
looking
felt
like-
it. I'm sure he felt it too because Chase runs hard.
Yes.
All right, wing right, tight end left. Here's a toss sweep towards the
Go.
left-hand side. It's Bingman trying to get all he
That's
can.
an out-of-bounds hit.
He's finally run out of bounds, and like Ray said, probably hit out of bounds.
It
but
looked
no
like he was in the
flags.
white when that guy contacted him. You know, it's one thing if you're in the play, but he was already in the white.
We're going
Now-
to lose a yard on that. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers.
Now, Mr. Tidwell, if you're still watching and if we were wrong, please let us know. We may be homers, but we at least like to be accurate homers.
Hash mark closest to the Cardinal bench. We at least have one wide receiver out to the short side. Now we have twins to the short side of the field, 2 in the backfield behind Monte. We try to go over the right side of the offensive front, and we don't get much of anything. That's going to bring up 4th down and probably that same 5 for the Tigers from the 49. I'm sorry, we did gain 1 yard out to the 50. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 3.
You just got a huge compliment from your former broadcast partner and rules mentor. Says about 248 pages in the NCAA football rule book, and the word lateral is never mentioned. It is either a forward pass or a backward pass. Good job, Chuck.
Let me tell you, it was years on him telling me that in the booth, and I finally got it. Thank you, Carlton.
Yes. And
All
he
right.
says, by the way, that that the view wasn't the greatest, but it was certainly close on that hit out of bounds. Sudbury Senior's doing a little preaching.
Yeah, it's a delay of game and on the Tigers, so we're going to move back. So the play clock ran down. We're going to move that back to the 45-yard line. That moves Colton Brunke back. He's now set up at the 31-yard line. The punt returner for the Cardinals is at the 20. Brunke gets a decent kickoff. It does not turn over, but it does hit about the 34 and take a Tiger roll. The Cardinal receiver picks it up, but there's a host of Tigers that actually bring him down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that was great coverage by the Tigers. And that was a very ill-advised pickup by the Melissa Cardinals because the Tigers were bearing down on them.
Now, that offensive stand did not go the way offensive set did not go the way we wanted it to, but let's see if the Tigers can come up with another defensive stop in this. Well, it was about to be a good play. He was stopped short for a tackle for loss, but he kept his legs running. He actually picks up the yardage out to the 34-yard line, so let's bring up second down and 1 for the Cards. Procedure penalty.
Yeah, I'm interesting because really, except for the Tiger touchdown right before halftime, this has been a defensive game since the end of the first quarter. You know, we talked about several times this year the Tigers took a while to knock the rust off. But once they have, they've been playing much better defense.
All right, move the ball back. Second down and 6 for the Cards now. They have changed personnel. It is the number 2 quarterback that's still in there. That's number 1. They're waiting for a change from the sideline. Twins, Tiger side of the bench. There's zone read right up the middle. Got 2 or 3 missed tackles up there. And that's out to the 36-yard line. It's going to be good enough for another Cardinal first down. And give Travis Wilson a little love there. But,
we helped them.
Yeah. Cardinals are going with that tempo, which is nothing new for them. Doesn't matter what personnel's out on the field, they're going to go with tempo when their offensive set calls for it. And what they did was they moved. We actually get procedure penalty against them at this point in time. I thought we made contact with the center.
Now, they may have done something to cause that, and I didn't see that. So
Yeah.
I do know that there are instances that I didn't see where the quarterback moved or not, but sometimes quarterback can have motion.
Twins to the Tigers sideline. There's zone read, and they're trying to go back to the other way. I'm going to call it a counter because I believe I saw maybe a guard, maybe 2, pulling to the right side. The Cardinals get out to the 36-yard line, just outside the 35-yard line. Going to bring up second down and 10 now for the Cardinals. Still the same set. Twins to the Tiger side of the bench. He's going to throw it up, and that is a good pitch and catch down the Cardinals sideline. He's finally brought down over there by Philip Nickerson, but not until after a huge gain down to the 27-yard line of the Tigers.
Well, that was good coverage, but I'm going to tell you what, that was a perfect pass and a great catch.
Absolutely. Same formation. We're not going to. The Cardinals are going to call timeout, so we're going to take it with them. With 5:37 left in the first quarter, it's your Terrell Tigers 7, the Melissa Cardinals 22. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK, 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101. Welcome back to the stadium where we're coming out of a timeout. 7-22, Melissa Cardinals are over your Terrell Tigers. 5:37 left in this third quarter. It's 1st and 10 for the Cardinals after a long pitch and catch. It was just a simple zone read right up the middle. And the Tigers, there's 3 or 4 of them there. I believe the first one that was there was Terry Davis. And Post helped him bring the running back down, but not until after about a 5-yard gain. So it's going to be second down to 5 for the Cardinals. Of course, they go with tempo, so they've already snapped the ball. And it's going to be all quarterback sprint out. There's no pass to it. He's just going to keep it and go over the right side. Pick up another first down. So I owe Travis Wilson 2 on this Cardinal drive.
Yeah, and we just needed to get pursuit on that one. I don't know if they're just that hard to bring down. Our tackling is not what it has been since the early part of the season.
They are in trips into the boundary closest to their bench, but however, it's that zone read out of the backfield with one in the backfield. And then 2 Tigers there. I believe that's number 15 and number...
It was 8, Terry Davis.
Terry Davis, and then Ashton Williams in for the tackle.
It's good to see Terry Davis out there. He thought he broke his arm last week.
Same setup, basically same play up the middle, and number, let's see, that's Cody Phillips, number 50, is having none of it up the middle. It's going to bring up 3rd down and that same 5 to go.
Now, we know that if we can get them to 4th down, they will probably go for the field goal. And their kicker, I think he can hit it from there since he almost hit it from about 47 yards.
Well, I'm going to tell you something about, they've got 2 kickers.
One looks like Tony Frisch.
Twins to the wide side of the field, zone read back to the right side of the field, and looks like they got down enough yardage down to the 4-yard line, so that's going to be 1st and goal. Let's give Travis Wilson State Farm another shout out there. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4. There's zone read right in the middle, and he is in for another Melissa Cardinal touchdown.
Yes, they just overpowered us on that play.
All right, now here is the other Cardinal kicker.
Yeah, that's the not Tony Frisch.
That's the
kicker.
not Tony
Oh,
Frisch.
no,
because
No.
that is Miss Anna Blankenship.
Oh, okay.
Okay, she was kicking in pregame, and she can hit it from here. The snap is, and the kick is up, and the kick looks good. So RHSR, we're going to give Wayne Bopkovec a little bit here. And Miss Anna Fritsch, I haven't seen a female extra point field goal kicker in a long time. We had one here a long time ago. She's the first one that we've seen, so we'll give her a little shout out there too. With 3:55 left, I think we'll keep it right here. And I'll go through the score. 3:55 left in the 3rd. It's Terrell 7, Melissa 29. Let's go through some scores from around the district.
Kaufman's getting beat, by the way.
Kaufman is getting beat, by the way. Of course, Wiley East and Paris played last night. Paris won 35-14. You know the score here because I just called it out. This is probably just a little bit behind, but it says halftime, Argyle 38, Kaufman 7, which is what you're alluding to. And then Anna, it's in the 3rd quarter at Branchview. It's only, I'm sorry to say this, and I hate to say it this way, but it's only 21-0 Anna over Branchview.
No, for Ranchview, that's a victory.
Yeah, I think so. So maybe Ranchview's doing something. They've got some positive things going on there. Here's that pooch kick again from Tony Fritsch's younger cousin, 2nd time removed.
What if you ever did an Austrian waltz? You know, kickers have good feet.
They do. Darian Holmes called for that fair catch. I'm trying to gloss over that. Darian Holmes fair caught that.
You know
we're
it's
going
a
to be
goal
at the
every week.
35-yard line.
I told Cooper today, I said, you know, I try to get Chuck tickled at least once in a game.
And
then
you do.
I don't know how I'm going to do it tonight.
All right, the Tigers need something positive on offense right here. Here's Monte. He's rolling out. He's looking for somebody, but he does not have anybody to the short side of the field to throw the ball to, so he elects to run out of bounds. It's not a loss. It looks like he gained about 1, maybe 2. We'll see where they place it. It's out to the 37-yard line, so let's give him 2, 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers.
Yeah, and part of it is just him getting his confidence because, like we said, he had some health issues, he had injuries, and just didn't get the reps.
2 in the backfield, right beside Monte in the shotgun. The crossing pattern in the back really is a counter play. Well, it's not a counter. It's more of a trap play. Went to Fulbright, and the Cardinals were all over that, so it's going to bring up 3rd down. And he lost 2 on that, so it's 3rd down and 10 now from the 35.
Okay, I thought that Kennedy had the ball. I thought that he was going to throw it up. but evidently Melissa didn't think so.
All right, we move Fulbright out to the Twins, to the wide side of the field. He's going to, Monte wanted to look to throw the ball, but he wisely takes off, and it looks like he's going to have enough for a
Travis Wilson first
State
down.
Farm first down out at the 47-yard line. Good decision by Monte just to tuck it and go.
Okay, what made
46-yard line.
What made that go is that the middle linebacker was faking blitz, and the offensive line didn't flinch, and he tried to do a delay blitz, and when he did, I didn't see what number it was, but we sealed him off, and that allowed Monte to get outside.
We are on the hash mark closest to our bench. Twins to the outside. We're going to throw to the number 2 receiver, which that is Kanye Nix. And Kanye does a great job.
Come
Stiff
on.
arm. He gets out plus 12 yards out there, down into Cardinal territory at the 43-yard line. Another Travis Wilson State Farm earning first down. Good run by Kanye.
Okay, so Carlton, tell us if that one, because that one sure looked like he was out of bounds when he got shoved in the back. And by the way, Carlton said not a single official kept the spot on that first down play. None of them knew where the quarterback had to go.
That's wonderful.
I tell you what, it's good to have our own Mike Pereira. Fox thinks they're lucky. I mean, we're the ones that have got it.
All right. Chase Bingman got some more yardage there. It's second down and 6, so he picked up 4 on that play. 39-yard line. I'll be real interested to see how close he gets to that 77 yards tonight.
I tell you what, next time out, I'll run down to the end and go ask him.
Okay. Chase Bingman once again on the straight dive play, a zone dive. There's no read to it because that was a straight dive play. He's down to the 35-yard line. Let's bring up third down and 2, short for the Tigers. Twins to the wide side, quick to the line of scrimmage. So we've already called the play. Monte Kennedy decides
beautiful.
to fake it, and Monte is around the left side. He does a beautiful job tucking it and picking up another Travis Wilson State Farm earned first down all the way down to the 25-yard line. Tigers are on the roll.
Terrell's version of Mike Pereira said that should have been a penalty. He was pushed out of bounds. So, man, I tell you what, we're going to get he and Bobovic in the booth with us one night.
All right.
Oh!
Now
He's slinging the guy around over here.
No. Coach is hot because that was going to be a real good play, but we get a procedure penalty on a wide receiver.
Well, but they also, now maybe it was after the whistle blown, but one of their guys was grabbing one of our blockers. Man, we do not need to lose momentum right now.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
That's true. I'm not going to mention the number on your speedometer last week coming back from Argyle, but you didn't get caught.
I didn't get caught. 30-yard line, let's gloss over that. Twins to the short side of the field on the Argyle side. Here's Monte giving the ball to Chase, trying to get all he can over the left side. He picks up a little bit of the penalty yardage. That's about a yard. This can bring up second down 14.
You know, if Terrell can score here and, you know, we'll say 10 minutes left in the game, we could have a really interesting fourth quarter.
Oh, I think so too. 1:20 left in this third quarter. 2 in the backfield. Monte is under center. Fakes the toss sweep. He's going to roll to the right.
Open. What a beautiful catch.
I think he picked that up off the carpet.
That was an extra shot.
That's number 21, Philip Nickerson, who is also on our defensive. He's one of our defensive cornerback. He does a great job at picking that up off the carpet.
Is that an Austrian waltz?
Chuck probably found it, yes. Yes,
thank you,
Chuck.
Mr. Monkert.
Yeah. Second down.
Who says people that take care of money don't have a sense of humor?
Yeah. Second down and 3. We're having a good time tonight. Monte's under center. We're going to toss sweep. We're going to go to the right side with Kanye. The Cardinals read all of that and that's going to be a tackle for loss back to the 20-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers.
You know, I actually think I'm going to go back and watch this broadcast. We'll see. I'm going to see how entertaining. I'm going to see how much like Dave South we were when we were both dragging.
No, because you challenged Mr. Monkern to throw some music in every once in a while based on what you say. So he's doing his job.
Still, you don't think I'd do anything like that, do you?
All right, we're 40. Yeah, there it is again. All right, so we're having a conference out on the field. There's not been a timeout called, but there is a lot of discussion by all the people in the striped shirts. I'm not sure what it's for at this point in time.
They're trying to figure out where to go to eat after the game.
Well, you need to go give them your EDC/Chamber of Commerce viewpoint on where to go after the ball game.
Well, just go to the Terrell Chamber's website, and they'll have a list of our members that are good places to eat.
All right. So Coach Sedbury wasn't the first one to be talked to. The striped shirts went all the way over to Melissa to talk to them first. The ball is still spotted at the 18-yard line. Mr. Whitehead is coming over to talk to Marvin now, and Marvin is he's pointing at the ball. So there's got to be something wrong with the spot of the ball.
Well, I told you, Carlton said that they've been out of position to spot the ball.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't have asked Melissa where to go out to eat. They don't know. They should have gone to Coach Sedbury.
All right, so Coach shakes his head. I'm sure y'all can see it. But Coach shakes his head. He's got to live with whatever he's told on the field, although he doesn't like it. He called for Fulbright to come off the bench. I don't think he was in the huddle initially. Fulbright is now out there. I see Bingman out there. We are not going jumbo. It is 4th down and 3 at this point in time. And it looks like Monte is going to be under center. Everybody's still looking towards the sideline. Here's Monte under center, wide outs to both sides. Monte's looking to throw out in the flat.
Good job,
at the 10-yard line. Great pitch and catch. Good play call from the side. That's going to move the sticks. First, and depending on where they spot it, it's going to be a first down. So let's give Travis Wilson some ups there. It's just outside the 10-yard line. So feasibly, you could get a first down if you touch the nose of the ball to the goal line, but that would be a touchdown.
Yeah, it's going to
so
be.
What difference would it make?
So it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 10. 30 seconds left now on the scoreboard clock in the 3rd quarter. Monte's in the shotgun. We're going to. We bobbled the snap. Just going to be a straight zone to the right, and we bobbled the snap there, so we did not get what we wanted on that 2nd down on that same 10. I believe Coach will probably go to the quarter. We'll let the clock run down, and then we'll flip the field.
Number 21, Nathan Adajokin from Melissa came on a delayed blitz from the secondary and got there quickly. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football, KPYK 1570 AM, 102.5 FM, and Studio 101.
back to Memorial Stadium. It's the start of the fourth quarter. Pass out to the flat. He throws it
a little too high.
tall for Kanye Nix out in the flat. It's going to bring up third down and goal from the same 10-yard line. He had Kanye. Kanye did have a defender on him, but if he could have caught that ball, we would have been third down a little closer to the goal line.
Yeah, Kanye.
I like the play call.
It's a great play call. You talked about that earlier when we threw the pass and got the first down, and what a great play call that was. You realize that if it hadn't worked, everybody's saying would be going, why did the coach call that?
Yeah.
Instead, they're out there going, man, that's a genius.
Dead T looked in the backfield. We're going to throw it
Up.
Pitch.
That's pass interference.
It's got to be, but they did not call it. They let the hand fighting go in the corner of the end zone, so we've taken a couple of shots now. It is now fourth down and goal from the 10.
Yeah, but that defender had his back to the receiver and was face guarding. Now, Mr. Tidwell may tell us that face guarding doesn't exist in high school. It's more of a college and NFL. But he definitely had his back turned, and in the NFL, that will get you a flag.
All right, so 11:53 left. We're going to go on this fourth down play, fourth and goal from the 10. Monte's rolling to the right. He's looking for somebody to throw it at. We have a flag in the backfield at the 18-yard line. But
okay, our player was on his back.
I'm afraid that might be offensive holding.
But it could be defensive holding. Let's see if the defensive player tackled the offensive player.
Mr. Whitehat called because he's the one that threw the flag.
Holding.
Offensive
Offense.
count, yeah. So
Decline.
It's going to decline it. The Cardinals will take over right there where the ball was, where Monte was tackled, which they have not set the ball down, and nobody has the spot. So Carlton Tidwell's viewpoint of them not doing the right thing still holds true.
I know from conversations with him, if you were on his officiating crew, he'd be lenient on anything except being out of place. That's his major no-no. And it makes sense.
Yeah, so it's going to be placed at the 14-yard line, even though all the striped shirts are walking around. So I think it's a guess.
Where does it go? Where does it go?
Oh my God. There's going to be a Google search for that now. Here's a zone read right up the middle.
Oh.
He hits a big hole. And Kanye has him, but not until after a huge gain out to the 33-yard line. So big first down for the Cardinals. We'll give it to Travis Wilson, State Farm.
Heck, he drug Kanye about 7 yards.
Quick hitter right up the middle. Still the second group of offensive players for Melissa. Zone read to the right. This is the other back that has the ball now, and a host of Tigers are in there to tackle him. It looks like the ball will be spotted somewhere around the 37, maybe 38-yard line. So they'll bring up second down and 5, from the 38-yard line. Melissa's quick to the line. Of course, they've been going twins to the wide side of the field all night long. There's another zone read. Actually, that might have been a trap play because I think I saw a guard sneak in from the other side, and the back just followed him. Tigers kept him from getting a first down. It's the Cardinals at the 42-yard line, third down and 1. Scoreboard says 2. I'll give it 2. I'll look at it that way. Third down and 2. Quick hitter up the middle, and it looks like the Tigers stopped him short. However, we have 2 flags back here at the Tiger 49-yard line, so it's got something to do with either the receiver or the cornerback.
Have you ever seen like that choreographed water dancing that they do? That's what it like. Both those flags flew at the same time and hit at the same time. Synchronized swimming. I think that's what they call it.
Something in the background for us, man. It's against the Tigers. Probably defensive holding on this outside, on the cornerback maybe. No, illegal participation in the Tigers. So we had one too many people out there.
Well, Kenny if they see the score, we need the extra help.
Cardinals are at the 46-yard line. Twins to the short side of the field this time. They switched that up. Wide side to the other side. There's just a zone play right up the middle. And this back bounces off and picks his way and runs hard all the way down to the 41, I think, where they're trying to mark him out at.
Yeah, that was all the running back on that. He just kept breaking tackles. And by the way, once again, Mr. Tidwell says face guarding only exists in the NFL.
Twins to the wide side of the field. They're back to their regular set. One in the back foot beside the quarterback. We're going to throw it, or they're going to throw it to the back.
Great job.
Excellent. And I think that's Kanye Nix that came up. And that is exactly who that was. So Kanye's having a good game tonight from both the offensive and the defensive standpoint.
I do believe he's going to get some looks from a lot of colleges.
Second down and same 10 for the Cardinals. Zone read right up the middle. Nothing new from what they're doing. He fights yardage down to the 37-yard line, it looks like. So it's going to bring up third down and 6. Yeah, third down and 6. Let's do that. There is 9:07 left in this ball game, and the clock is ticking. It's Melissa 29, the Terrell Tigers 7. Melissa is on the move at this point in time in Terrell Tiger territory. Here's just
Oh, man, we just missed him. Boy, Nix got him and drove him.
zone read. I'm sorry.
What
just a-
is
just
that?
a-
Okay, I
just a
know
quarterback-
one of our somebody complained, so I don't know if it's on us or on the line. There's a lineman showing dismay at the call.
Actually, I think it's on the receiver out here on the side. Personal foul.
Personal
It's
foul,
on- it's-
Melissa.
Yeah, it's on because he planted Philip Nickerson over here.
When the ball was in the air.
No, it was quarterback keeper. He was
Oh.
he was keeping it, but he planted, basically tackled Philip in the secondary, and that's that'll get you a penalty almost every time, especially the way he did it. So it backs him up to the 40-yard line. First and 10 for the Cardinals from further back. 8:48 left in this ball game. Twins to the wide side once again. Fake the handoff and
Get
we're in the
him!
backfield,
Yeah.
and we.
Oh,
my gosh!
no.
How did he get that off? Wow! The quarterback did a hat trick there.
Okay, what is that?
Well, I'll tell you in just a second. He got that pass off, and it was complete, and it's finally wrestled down somewhere around the 30-yard line. Here's the penalty. Philip Nickerson's hat came off, and you cannot continue to participate. You have to quit participating when your hat comes off. So that's going to be a penalty on the Tigers, I bet. Oh, they're going to pick it up. I didn't hear all of that, but they picked up the flag. The play netted 9+ yards, so it's going to bring up second down and a short 1 from the 31-yard line. Trips now to the wide side of the field. Zone read in the backfield, and let me tell you what, number 15 for the Tigers was all over that. That's Ashton Williams.
Yeah, good job by Williams to get in and shut the play down. You know, the clock is not a friend of the Terrell Tigers right now, trailing 29-7, but it can keep close. And is Anna still getting beat? Or no, they're playing Ranchview, but they're not beating them as bad as everybody else has.
Exactly. Third down and 6 for the Cardinals from the 36-yard line. The quarterback decided to keep it on the zone read this time and go up the middle. It's going to be 4th down and 4 from the 34-yard line for the Cardinals. And they're going to keep their offense on the field because they're in no man's land at this point in time. Twins to the Tiger bench. The quarterback's going to roll to the bench.
He is
He's going to throw
open.
it.
Oh.
Yeah. He's going to throw it to the number 2 receiver who was running the post route into the end zone. He does not get a touchdown. However, he is brought down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Markel Hambrick just got beat on that play. That doesn't happen very often to the Terrell secondary.
At all.
Oh, man.
A little scrum, a rugby scrum right there in the middle. The Tigers keep him out of the end zone, going to the left side of the Cardinal front. He is inside the 1-yard line, so it's going to bring up inside the 2-yard line, so it's going to bring up second down and goal from inside the 2. Same play, different result. He is in this time for the Cardinal touchdown.
Yeah, that was number 12, Ashton Mitchell Johnson Sr. You know, like they used to say on Green Acres, that's one of those two-namers. You know, Oliver Wendell Douglas. Yeah, he's a two-namer.
So we're waiting on the point after kick.
That's not Tony Frisch out there.
Yeah, well, that's his third cousin,
Yeah.
6 times removed. The ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good once again for the Melissa Cardinals. So that brings the score here with 6:39 left in this fourth quarter. It's your Terrell Tigers 7, the Melissa Cardinals 36. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK 1570 AM and 102.5 FM and Studio 101.
Taking off from the local number 90, Aiden Hensley. Back to the team for the Tigers. Number 20, Chase Goodman, and 22, Jaden Fulbright.
Smart move on that play by number 1, Kanye Nix. He let it hit and bounce out of bounds, so they get an extra 5 yards.
Welcome back, KPYK listeners, where Ray was just talking about the ensuing kickoff, and I believe that was actually number 7, Darian Combs, that smart play on the sideline. He called fair catch, and then he moved out of the way and let the ball bounce out of bounds, which gives the Tigers a little more yardage for that. Here's Chase Bingman, the workhorse of the backfield right now.
That was a good stiff arm.
He's got a good stiff arm, and if you notice, he places it in the right place. He will very seldom ever get called for the face mask on that. He picks up a good 5 yards on that, so let's bring up second down and 5 for the Tigers. Monte's in the shotgun. We have motion from Fulbright. It was going to be it really looked like it was going to be a jet sweep, but the Cardinals read it, and Monte said, no, I think I'll just keep it and eat it.
Who is down? Monte Kennedy was real slow to get up. He is limping a little bit. So Kanye Nix could very well find himself at quarterback. Okay, no, he's just getting the play call.
Yeah. Third down, he loses a couple yards on that, so third down and 7 now for the Tigers from the 38-yard line, excuse me. We have one wide to our bench. We have one wide to their bench. We have a dead tee look in the backfield, and it's going to be a zone read to the right side, and that's Chase Bingman, who gets out to the 41-yard line. However, there is some laundry
that had to be offsides
on this sideline. Yep, he's pointing towards the.
We'll pass.
Yeah, we'll take that yardage.
hey, we'll excuse their cheating on that one.
I'm not sure what Chuck is playing right now. I can't hear it. Nevertheless, we have Twins to our side. Here is that jet sweep that I was talking about.
Ooh,
Kanye
man.
cannot get the edge. There is a flag at the 41-yard line on that far side. I'm afraid that's going to be holding against the Tigers.
He's pointing toward us. So they'll give us the 5 that we gave them, they'll give us 10 back. So.
Now, here's another point of view. There is the side judge. His hat is on the ground, which means the receiver went out of bounds and came back in. Yeah. Now he's picked it up, put it back on his head. I think that Melissa will probably decline that because it was a tackle for loss, and it would be second down and long. I'm not sure what we're doing. Okay.
I think that umpire's kin to Tony French too. He kind of looks like Tony did when he was playing.
Okay, we got offsetting penalties. Now, after the play, personal foul, face masking against the Tigers. So that will be marked off because that was dead ball foul. So let's move that back. Personal foul yardage, 15 yards, back to the.
Okay, I didn't see what the offsetting penalty was.
If he was in a crowd, I didn't see it either, but I saw the holding. All right, nevertheless, we are set up. We've got Twins to the Tiger sideline, one in the backfield beside Monte. He's going to throw the ball into a quick route. Actually, that's number 11. That's the manager Cambrick. He's lined up. Actually, I think he was lined up as a tight end at that point in time because there was not 2 receivers out there.
You know, that was just a great play by the cornerback, number 8, Jacob Fields, for Melissa, because he timed his hit just as the ball got there. I mean, so I'm always willing to give the other team credit when it's due.
Credit due. Monte's under center, 2 in the backfield behind him. We're going to run a screen.
Oh, beautiful.
And that is
our
Chase
man
Beeman,
Chase,
who is trying to get all he can. He gets a lot of that negative yardage back. He's finally run out of bounds. Who knows where they're going to spot it. I think it's going to be spotted at the 38-yard line, well short of the original line to gain. However, we're not so far back at this point in time.
Yeah, that was a good little screen and good little run by Bingman. I mean, they realized that they've been penetrating and get to the quarterback quickly, so they just tried to figure out a way to burn them with it.
Tight end wing to the right, 2 in the backfield behind Monte. Monte looks like he's going to spin the ball up to number 7.
Oh!
Look, in the ladder look, that went first. The completion went to Darian Holmes, and then the latter part went to Kanye Nix. It did not net us what we wanted, but it did get us back into 4th down and
6
long instead of 4th down and really long.
Yeah, I mean, we went. Here's the shame is that penalty really cost us because on 2 plays we picked up about 25 yards.
Correct.
Unfortunately, we've still got 6 more to go.
Correct.
And only 1 play to do it.
And we're in 4th down territory. There's 3:11 left in this ball game. Monte's going to go back. He's going to throw it up, and he's going to throw it past everybody on the right side. So that's going to go over to the Cardinals on downs with 3:03 left. The score is your Terrell Tigers 7 and Melissa 36. What we needed to happen was something positive, and that just didn't happen at this point in time.
Yeah, so let's see how we play this series, and let's see how Melissa does if they continue to go quick or if they just try to run the clock down.
All right, Melissa comes out. There's 1 wide receiver way to their sideline. Twins to the short side, which is unusual for them. Zone read right up the middle once again, and the middle of the defensive front does a good job. If it's not a TOL, it is right at the line of scrimmage, and I think it's actually going to be marked back at the Tiger 48-yard line. Yes, it is. So that's going to be a tackle for loss. So it's going to bring up second down and 11 for the Cardinals, which is a good job on the defensive front for the Tigers. Just like Ray said, what they are doing is they are looking at both the clocks, the play clock and the scoreboard clock, to make sure that they run it down as far as they can. Here is another zone read up the middle and another good defensive stand by the Tigers. That was number 1, Kanye Nix, who came up from his safety position and made that tackle. Looks like it was for a no gain, so the Cardinals are still behind the sticks. It's third down and 11 with 2 minutes left in this ball game now. They flip the Twins to the wide side of the field back to what they normally do. 1 wide receiver towards our bench, 1 in the backfield beside the quarterback on the right side. Fakes the handoff in the middle, and number 50 and number 19 have the quarterback. This is the 3rd quarterback we've seen. The whistle was blown, so his forward progress was stopped for another big tackle for loss for the Tigers. That's going to bring up 4th down way back. Well, not way back, but it's on the Cardinal 49-yard line. So we're going to see their punter, who is also their extra point kicker and field goal kicker and their kickoff man. He's also their punter. This is only the 2nd time tonight that he's punted the ball. Kanye is standing back at our own 20 waiting for this. The scoreboard clock is now under a minute. And
I bet you they take it down to delay a game.
And just back it up a little bit more.
Yep.
That would be the normal thing to do, and not call a timeout. Just back up. Oh, I'm sorry. They are going to call a timeout.
No, they took the delay of the game.
They took the delay.
They're moving back 5. By the way, for our listeners, you told we had Kanye, not Kanye, but Chase Bingman was about 75, 77 yards. 77 yards away. Well, he had 38 in the first half, and I don't have an update for the second half.
Okay, so he's at least
yeah.
Yeah, over his head.
He runs like Tony Frisch, too.
Well,
yes! Wait till he gets to the sideline.
Well, it's going to be Terrell Tiger football about, and I say about, depending on where they.
Oh, we got a player down.
Where they spot the ball, but about the 19 or 20-yard line.
And he had an illegal forward pass, too. Okay, you can't throw the ball. Well, I guess you can. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm wondering what this flag is on the 40-yard line.
Hopefully.
Procedure. Okay. So the problem with that is, here's the problem with that. So the flag came in for procedure penalty, which kills the play.
So
all of this yardage that we picked up on the snap over the head,
our sins were not erased.
And that's what coaches wondering why he doesn't understand why the play went on, because we can't hear up here in the booth on whether there was a whistle or not, but the signal from Mr. Whitehat was that it was a procedure penalty, which means it would come back to the 46-yard line, and then I don't understand how you can decline that.
Okay, I'm confused. Carlton, please text us and tell us what's going on.
He's trying to explain it here. That does not make any sense to me. Carlton, please. Because if you...
This is an SOS. The bat signal is out.
It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to look that up. I apologize to the listeners and the viewers because that just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And they keep moving the ball around. The ball was not at the 49-yard line. It was at the 46-yard line, which is where the down marker was. Unless the down marker moved at some point in time with all the stuff that was happening down here with the snap over the head. You know what, folks? It's
Okay, they're
26.4.
showing first down. Okay, no, it's Terrell's ball.
It's Terrell's ball, but I don't think it's right. 26-point-something seconds. There's Chase
There
Bingman.
go Chase.
Come
go,
on, Chase.
Go.
Get a few more yards. There you go. You just picked up 20-something more yards towards your 1,000 yards. Great job.
He's over 1,000 yards.
He's got to be right now. So congratulations, Chase Bingman, on a great 1,000-yard run. Season 12th day out, one-hole run. He's adding to it right now, and I think Coach is doing this on purpose because he knows that he's got it in him. And the scoreboard clock is going to stop with 2.7 seconds left. There is penalty markers on the field about the 12-yard line. We still have 3 timeouts left, so I don't know if Coach will call a timeout or not.
Holding on us.
So that's going to negate those yardage.
I still think
Chase.
that with some of the runs he's had tonight that he's over 1,000. We'll find out.
Yeah, 2.7 seconds left in this ball game, folks. Coach Sedbury does take a timeout at this point in time. He wants to get one more play in to see if anything positive can happen at this point in time. After this play is over with, we'll call the play, and then we'll take a break, and we'll come back with some post-game comments.
Yes,
Good for you, Ray?
Yes, okay. Carlton says, I'm completely confused. They've given Terrell the ball at the wrong spot no matter what.
No matter what, yeah.
So, now this is not a game that we lost because of the officiating. We lost it because we just got beat.
Well, but in late in the game, it seems like this crew has lost focus.
Well, according to Carlton, they haven't had position most of the night.
Well, but the calls hadn't been weird. All right, so here's Chase Bingman. He's a toss
blocking
sweep.
downfield. Look at him
Chase
go!
is going to get
go!
into the end zone to end this ball game. Great for that young man right there, Chase Bingman. He's got to be well over 1,000 yards now. So
look at
good
how
luck.
excited they are.
Good luck to Chase. I mean, congratulations to Chase Bingman on 1,000 yards this year, a touchdown late in the game. He's a good overall kid. All right, Casey Martinez is in to kick the extra point, and that is up, and that is good. So with 0 on the clock, this game is over here in Terrell. It's your Terrell Tigers 14 and Melissa Cardinals 36 on a weird evening.
Yes.
Congratulations, though, again, Chase Bingman. We'll come back to you after this break for some post-game comments. You're listening to Terrell Tiger Football on KPYK 1570 AM 102.5 FM. We are back here for some post-game comments from the game that ended on a high note for at least one young man for the Tigers.